morning. It's fall, so you know what that means. Football, all things pumpkin spice, and stewardship. This Sunday marks the kickoff to our fall stewardship campaign for 2022. Over the coming weeks, we'll hear from members of our church family about what our church means to them and how the church impacted them during the pandemic. We will also share a comprehensive document written to capture the effects of the pandemic and the transitions that we are undertaking. We will also celebrate how we make God's love visible through our ministries: Christian education, worship, mission, music, and care and fellowship. Please listen and share your own stories and reflect on what you can do to support the life of Katonah Presbyterian Church.
So we entered 2021 with adequate monies for our operation funds, thanks to a surplus that we had in 2020. That said, we are finding this year's campaign particularly critical. Your generosity to the church will help us to be able to confront some of our financial challenges. Last year, we did have a reduction in estimates of giving for this year, and as many of you know, we've had extensive capital improvements due to the age of these historic buildings and the lead conditions that we've had, despite the fact that we did receive grants from our government. As we're able to start our reconnections and transition to our shared future, it's important that we all reflect on how the pandemic has affected each of us and what the church and the church family means to you, and how we all can help to build our renewed vision. Sarah's going to share hers, then I'll share mine.
So I'll admit, at first, I found it very strange to be worshiping from my couch on Sunday mornings. But then I discovered the chat feature on Facebook Live, a connection to our church family, a chance to speak with Pastor Jack as we were watching his sermon, an opportunity to experience the handbell choirs as a viewer rather than a participant, which I will admit was actually kind of strange. As a parent, church was a lifeline for my kids. In some respects, they were able to interact, safely of course, with their church friends more than their school friends because of the opportunities created by the Bell program and the youth groups. I'll admit, however, that I selfishly took every opportunity I could to enter our building, and I couldn't wait for in-person worship to begin. Easter, for me, was the beginning of our rebirth, and I have relished in-person worship ever since.
I remember those early days of the pandemic when we all thought it would be just a few weeks. Naively, I think we even thought we'd be back by Easter. But then each of our activities of daily life stopped or changed to completely virtual. And at first it was like being snowed in, and it was nice to have some extra time. But as the weeks went on, it became so necessary to find links to normal times. And joining Zoom was like a lifeline to that connection. One of the first times that I was back at church was gathering to play bells for Kyoko. And I would just remember the feeling of walking in and being able to reconnect with people that were such an important part of my life, that it was important to find ways to stay connected. Slowly but surely, connections have resprouted, and new ways of celebrating together, making God's love visible, have emerged. Creating those Advent boxes, the Lent boxes, meeting outside to worship, and inside with our Mass together. Working on mission projects, we were still able to do the emergency shelter program and go on midnight runs, and we all were able to do Rummage together. And just seeing how much this faith community can do together is inspiring and calls me to continue my support, both financially and with my time, because we really do impact lives and make God's love visible.
So over the next few weeks, please listen to the testimonies, read or watch our stewardship messages, share with each other what this church family means to you, and start reflecting and praying about what you can do to contribute as we all work together to secure our financial future. Thank you.